I had just managed to get my daughter, Lili, to sleep after a hectic afternoon. The silence in the house was a relief, but it didn't last long. My phone started ringing with a vibrant insistence that shattered the peace. It was my mother, Brenda. When I answered, her voice wasn't that of the loving grandmother you'd expect. She was sobbing with dramatic intensity, as if she were at a funeral. "Sarah," she said between hiccups, "your father posted 10 pictures of Lili on Facebook this month, but only one of me. Do you think that Brad is more important than his own wife?" I rubbed my temples, feeling a migraine begin to hammer behind my eyes. I tried to reason with her, reminding her that Lili is only 5 years old and that it's normal for a grandparent to show off their granddaughter. "Mom, for God's sake, it's kindergarten behavior. Stop making such a big deal out of it," I said before hanging up, hoping common sense would prevail. But the truce was short-lived. Not even 5 minutes later, the phone rang again. This time, Brenda wasn't crying. Her voice held a calculating coldness. She informed me that she had just checked the credit card statement and that my father, David, had spent twice as much on Lili as on her. Her conclusion was as absurd as it was cruel. "Don't bring the girl next month." I can't even look at her without feeling nauseous. I was stunned. She was barring her own granddaughter from the house out of sheer material jealousy. "Fine," I replied, stifling a cry of frustration that threatened to wake Lili. Honestly, it's my father who's going to be angry about not seeing his precious granddaughter, not me. I thought that would be the end of the night, but Brenda's madness was only just beginning to unfold. I finally managed to fall asleep, only to be jolted awake by a shrill ringtone in the wee hours of the morning. My mother's voice on the other end was manic, frantic, as if she'd completely lost touch with reality. "Sarah, I can't sleep. You have to arrange a marriage for Lili tomorrow. Find her a fiancé," she demanded. My brain short-circuited. An arranged marriage for a 5-year-old? Her logic was that once Lili belonged to another family, my father would stop paying attention to her. I exploded. "Are you seriously competing with a 5-year-old right now? She's a baby. What is this, the dark ages? If you can't sleep, take a Xanax and leave me alone." I hung up, convinced my anger would make her reconsider, but I underestimated the extent of her obsession. The next morning, my phone was about to crash under the weight of over 999 notifications. Brenda's message influx was so massive that the apps kept freezing. My anxiety spiked when I remembered she was 50 and suffered from high blood pressure. I feared her own fury would cause her to collapse. I called her back, and what I heard was a litany of reproaches. She accused me of being just like my father and of caring more about Lili than her. "I poured my heart out to you all night, and you didn't answer me once," she sobbed. I tried to stay calm while I got ready for work, reminding her that I wasn't retired yet and that I had responsibilities, but she just kept shouting Lili's name over and over, as if it were a curse. Brenda began to ramble, her voice dripping with pure venom. She started attacking my father's past, reminding me of incidents from decades ago when he was a professor and she, in a fit of jealousy, stormed into his office, accusing him of having an affair with a student who was only seeking help with math. That scandal cost him his job and made me the laughingstock of the school throughout my childhood. That was the darkest time of my life, I reminded her. Luckily, David had the courage to prove his innocence and reinvent himself as a successful CEO, saving our family from the ruin Brenda nearly brought about. She was silent for a moment, perhaps remembering how she had to beg on her knees to avoid divorce back then, but her twisted logic quickly returned. "Sarah, finding Lili a rich husband now is smart. We have to secure her future with the elite," she insisted, but then revealed her true, dark fear, her sick fantasy that my father's affection for Lili was inappropriate. I froze, watching Lili washing her face in the mirror, so pure and innocent, while my mother spewed such vile things. "Stay far away from my daughter's life," I warned her, my voice icy cold. "If you mention this again, I'll tell Dad, and we'll see if he finally divorces you." Brenda responded with insults, calling me ungrateful before I hung up. I hugged Lili, trying to protect her from a toxicity she hadn't even suspected, and took her to her prestigious daycare before leaving for work.